Alright, so in this video we are going to look at how we are going to connect an accelerometer sensor with a typical microcontroller. For example, I have this 8-bit microcontroller board which is famously known as Arduino. So Arduino Uno is an 8-bit microcontroller board, and I have this piece of small module called as accelerometer or acceleration sensor. So as explained in the previous videos, we see how the accelerometer works, its working principle, and as you can see, a small printing on the accelerometer module indicates the XYZ, shows the change in motion that can be detected, and that change in motion in the X, Y, and Z direction. Here it is 5DOF, it means 5 degree of freedom. So it means you can detect the change in motion in 5 different directions. So XYZ is the known planes to us, and then there is you have this small arrows, uh, they are also indicating the other two, the planes in which this PCB module can move, and that change can be detected subsequently. So you have to take a look at the pins which are right over here, and those pins need to be understood. So please refer to the previous videos where we have explained those pins. So let's see how these connections are made. So here you have 3.3 volt and the ground from the board that is given to the two pins of the sensor board. So these connections, so here is your 3.3 volt, and the next to it is the bottom pin right over here, that is the ground pin of this board. So that's how the microcontroller board can be used to supply the power to the sensor board. Then you can see that these green line, brown line, and the orange line, they are your X, Y, and Z outputs from the sensor, and they are connected to the analog input pins A0, A1, and A2 of the microcontroller board. That means when you want to detect the change in position of an object in a particular direction, X, Y, or Z, accordingly you connect those pins, and the board has analog pins that will be reading those signal output, an electrical signal output from the sensor. And after the analog pins are ready and they are reading the sensor output, there is an inbuilt ADC in this microcontroller board, which is about 10-bit resolution, that converts your input analog signals into proportional digital codes, which are then processed by the microcontroller, and subsequently you can use that information to control some actuation or some other parts of the system. So hope you enjoyed this explanation of the sensor and the circuit and the microcontroller interface. And for the data sheet of the sensor, you can read the pin out from the data sheets, and the connection was just a representation of simple explaining the simple basics. So hope you like this video. If you did so, share it with others, and like and share, subscribe to the channel. Wish you happy learning.